Oh man. Hey guys, sorry. Breaking in a new hat too. If you watch my last video, you'll understand about my reel mower dilemma and my grease zerks. Thank God for Amazon, man. So I got these in today. I took one over. These are some press-ins grease zerks. I hammered it into the big True Cut, all set to go. Why is that important? Because we're coming out here to do a summer scalp. I'm going to take this beautiful lawn for you guys, and I want to make it ugly to demonstrate a point of something you can do and that I usually do almost once a year. So hold on. Hey guys, so if you didn't watch the last video, my stupid video, we talked about a bunch of stuff. We talked about growth regulators. I told you about the scalp we were going to do. So what we're going to do is tomorrow, I got a full crew coming out, I hope. I got Jesse, I got Heidi, and Jacob probably coming out to help me because it's a pretty big project. What we want to do is, and let me explain why some people should do a summer scalp. Bermuda grass grows at about a 70-30 stock ratio. What does that mean? Well, once it starts to get a little bit taller, that means that 30% is green and about 70% is stock. Now that ratio reduces the shorter it goes, but when you're riding along, if you have a bumpy lawn, that's why you get some of those yellow marks. And I don't want to call them scalp marks, it's just a hard cut. And I did a video on this last year and we talked about ugly hard cutting. And really the only way, once you get that point, because a lot of times what we do is we see those marks and we go, oh, we got to raise our mower up a little bit, and a little bit, and then a little bit, and a little bit. And pretty soon our lawn is really tall, and we've sort of corrected that problem, but not really. So if your lawn is healthy, here are the rules for this summer scalp. Number one, if your lawn is healthy, you can do it. Number two, look at the 10-day forecast. Don't do it in the middle of a drought. Wait until you see, oh man, I've got 5 days coming where I got tons of rain. Good time to do it. So my recommendation is what you do is you take it down really short, not to the ground, but just really short. We're going to make this beautiful golf course ugly tomorrow for you guys to demonstrate this. I'm going to take it down short. We're going to start cutting it shorter, but here's my plan. Here's what you should do. Scalp your lawn, put down PGF Complete, start watering it. Watering it, especially at night, which is unusual for me to say, because I usually say don't water at night. But if you do a little bit of water at night, it helps activate that fertilizer, helps activate it quicker, and then the green will start coming up. And so you have this fresh green haze all over your lawn, and it's real pretty. And that's what we're trying to accomplish here. What I'm really trying to accomplish here is a couple things. My lawn is growing 1/4 inch a day. And so we're having to come out every 48 hours if we want to keep it at this height. It's just getting ridiculous. So what we're going to do is I've already put down PGF Complete and we've got tons of rain. I put PGF Complete back here about a week ago. We're getting rain. So we're going to come out here and we're going to scalp this down. And then I'm going to let it start to come up a little bit and then I'm going to hit it with some growth regulator. That's what I'm going to do. The growth regulator we'll talk about in a later video because we're doing all kinds of testing right now. As a matter of fact, everyone thinks I'm just out cutting lawns, but in fact today I spent, 45 minutes on the phone with Dr. Goolsby up at Anderson's, who is a PhD in ag. Matter of fact, I think he was from Kansas City, Kansas State. He was in charge of their research program on turf grass. He now works for the Andersons. Really smart guy. If you want to know somebody, if you want to meet someone that knows more about grass than anyone in the entire world, that's the guy. So we were having discussions, a couple of discussions. We were talking about the growth regulator. We were talking about humichar. We were talking in biochar. A bunch of different discussions. Man, what a great guy to talk to. We're gonna be doing this testing with this growth regulator back here, but I'm not gonna put it on until I start to see a little bit of green up, and then I'm gonna put it on. So the point I'm about to make to you is this: if you want to change the cutting height of your lawn, you can't just drop your mower down and change the cutting height. With Bermuda grass, that is. Other grasses you can. With Bermuda grass, if you do that, your lawn's just going to look ugly. So here's what you have to do. If I start here and I want to go to here, I have to initially take it down to here and then let it grow back up. Make sense? So let me show you that in another method.
Let's go to the grill. Let's go to the laboratory.
All right. So this is kind of what I use to test my bed knife. I've been cutting at about 10 pennies, and I really want my lawn to be about 7 pennies. But in order to get there, I really need to take it down about maybe not half of that, but lower than that, and let it grow back up to this. I can't just go from here to here because it's going to be ugly, so I actually have to go a little bit lower than here, then let it come back up. Okay, so I got all the initial dew off the grass. I came over here and cut the green. It actually is looking pretty good. So the green is actually looking pretty good, and I think my germination is okay. We're going to see. I'm seeing little tiny sprigs of that bent and blue creeping, so I'll check on that later. The reason why I'm using this big 27 on this lawn is I'm about to put my mower through some kind of tough cutting. In other words, I'm cutting the meat of the grass. I'm cutting the stalk. I'm getting down into this real nasty stuff. So I came over to an area on the side here, over in the wastelands, and you can see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to adjust this. Quite honestly, I almost should go down a little bit more. I don't know, but I think I may stay there. This is the new cutting height I really would like to have it at, to be honest, but I might even have to take it down a little bit more than that. But you can see what ends up happening, that you'll end up getting a lot of this. So that's just going to sit on your lawn. It's going to turn brown. It's going to rot. So that's where I'm going to come out with the deer, and we'll suck all that up with the deer. Okay, so one thing I did notice on my John Deere was that when I got the mower back, it wasn't really set the way I like. They adjusted the deck, I guess. So I'm going to have to readjust it, make sure it's perfectly level. I probably need to drop my front scalp wheels. We'll see how that goes. I really need to tune this thing up because I'm going to be dropping this low, and I got to have it nice and even. Okay, and here's a little note for you guys. Most of these systems sit on a swing system. So when you raise and lower the back down, the front actually can do a little bit of a dip. The way that this should be set up is your front should be 1/8 of an inch lower than the back, 1/8. So you're not getting an even blade. The even blade double cuts grass. You want it about 1/8 of an inch up. Next, proper scalp wheels. I always do the finger rule. So if this is where I'm going to cut, I want one finger under my scalp wheel. Maybe a little bit more, but that's about 1/4 of an inch off of a solid ground is where you want it. 1/4 of an inch off, freely rolling, and that'll give you good scalp protection. Now, I actually installed a 5th scalp wheel on mine, but I don't feel like going in there and adjusting it. I'm too lazy. I got too much going on, so and my deck is dirty. So I'll clean this all up after I'm done, but I got to put the bags on it. That's what we're using to vacuum up these clippings. All right, so the crew's here. So let me explain The Good Witch and Heidi Ho. Where is that from? What is that?
I don't know.
It's a TV show. Oh, I know what it is. You know what it is? It's on South Park. It's the piece of poo, and he goes, "Heidi ho, neighbor." You know who it is? I'm talking Mr.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo.
Heidi ho!
He goes, "Heidi ho, neighbors." That's where I got it from. Anyways, God. All right, so we're gonna be scalping the back ugly, but I'm gonna probably be doing that because we're using the big True Cut. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you cut the front, and I'm gonna have you cut across the street with one of these mowers.
Okay.
So let's walk over and I'll show you what we're doing. I just realized that. South Park. Heidi ho, Mr. Hanky. Walk up to that strip. See the cut strip? I want your feet in there so I can show them exactly kind of how deep we're cutting it. So this is the area that got the growth regulator, and that's where I really kind of want to keep it at that height. So I've got the mower set to there. When you cut this, you're gonna cut it this way, but I want you to be careful. There's a bunch of sticks we need to pick up, but when you come over here, like, don't go anywhere near this crap, you know, just skip this area in here. You might want to just go around this, but I still need to seed this. All those caps that are on the fence,
Yeah.
I want to get a little step ladder and have one of you take those off, and then if we get bored, we got 50 bags of mulch that need to go out.
Oh.
So she's here like, I'm tired because I've been working on the farm all week. I said, welcome back to the farm, honey, because we got a bunch of farm crap to do here. So anyways, that's the plan today. I don't know how much I'll get on video, but I'll get some on video for you guys. Here we go.
I was knocked down, heard the countdown through the haze in the face of defeat, yeah. I was ruled out with no bailout on my own, all alone, left to bleed out. But I rose up from the ground, just like I was spellbound. All the odds were against me. So I picked up the pace, and now I'm in the race. Give me some space. I'm a movement, and I ain't losing. Gonna go, 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 go. Like a bullet, won't take no bullshit. You should know, no. I'm about to explode. So I've been told that I should fold and give in. I can't win in this game, no. But you can hear me laughing. I'm the new thing in this field. You should kneel instead of me now. Yeah, I rose up from the dead. Your words inside my head. All the odds were against me. But now I lead ahead with grace. I'm winning this race. Give me some space. I'm a movement and I ain't losing. Gonna go, 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 go. Like a bullet, won't take no bullshit. You should know, no. I'm about to explode.
I came around the corner and you said, I just want to let you know
Oh, I suck at cutting grass. I'm sorry.
Why?
Well, I kind of misjudged where the tree was, and so I ran into it with me, not with the lawnmower myself. And then I couldn't get it turned around, and so it's just stuck. So,
Well,
sorry.
how are your lines?
I mean, you know, there's always room for improvement. But they're there. I mean, like, I got all the grass cut.
She cleaned it up.
I mean,
She
it
did.
looks fine now.
So the reason why I put her over in the test patch is because I knew this. She's new. She's learning.
Yeah, I was bad at it.
It took me
And
a
this
while,
one
too.
and this one was the same way in the beginning. So anyways, let's go look over here and look real quick.
Oh.
I'm out back.
My practice.
Everybody's sweating. It's hot out here
It's warm.
already. It's just humid. So that actually looks pretty good. Now this has PGF Complete, Humichar, and the growth regulator on it. And to be honest, there weren't a whole lot of clippings coming out while you were cutting. The grass is looking nice and thick. So, all right, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Linda's freaking out because she hasn't seen you yet. Hold on, here they come.
got to see me when I took her in to go potty. You got to see me when I took her in to go potty.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Okay.
She growled at me. I was like, I'm sorry, I just need to use the restroom.
Alright. So I got the strong women doing the mulch bags. God, I hate doing mulch and I hate trimming bushes. Anyways, here's so this has been cut once, and now I ran the John Deere over it, and now I gotta cut it again. You will never get it down correctly on one cut, as you can see. Alright. So she's never tried Big True Cut. But you can see on our second pass how much more we're taking on. Holy cow, we're ugly, aren't we? So there we are, we're scalped down. So, hi sweetie. No, look out. Okay. So that's where, so that's where I was cutting. So that's where I was cutting, and this is where I want to cut. So you can see what I'm doing, so. Basically, this is one of those things. Now, I will tell you, any yellow marks that you have in your lawn are going to recover slower than green marks. That's an important point. And why is that? It's because the green has chlorophyll and can feed itself, and the brown cannot. The brown has to generate growth from energy from the roots, and that's why it's important. If you do this, you put PGF Complete, put a good coat of PGF Complete down, make sure it gets watered in. I put mine down last week, so I knew I had good energy to do this with. Because like I said, the brown marks, anything that's brown is going to recover a little bit slower than that's green. That's an important note. Sometimes I just like to sneak up and hear their conversations.
I mean, I don't doubt that she's the nicest snake in the world. But it is a hard task for me.
I'm trying to get your conversation. I don't know what it is.
I don't think you wanted to do something.
I was over there going, they have the cutest conversations while they're doing mulch.
It really wasn't a cute conversation. We're talking about snakes.
Snake? Oh, okay. At least you weren't talking crap about anybody.
No, and we were talking about my niece.
Let me just take you out front real quick since the sun's starting to go down. Oh, thank goodness. I'm tired of the sun. This hot sun. So the front yard looks really good. That looks amazing. I would say about 5 treatments of Humichar, several treatments of PGF Complete, and that's the main thing we've done to that this year. Beautiful. Here's the funny thing, if you watch my videos, a few days ago, I showed you Barb's lawn that looked horrible. All that yellow bumpy stuff. Look at it now. That's what, a week after PGF Complete and Humichar treatments. Now let's look at the test patch. Now the test patch was all weeds, remember. And now that's what it looks like. Looks so good. And that's common Bermuda. Most of that is common Bermuda. That is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Humichar, PGF Complete, that's it. That's all we've done on there. Nothing else. Now this area did get the growth regulator treatment. So, and I did notice we stopped the growth regulator back by that dirt patch, and we were getting a lot of clippings back there and we weren't getting as much here. So I'm happy with that. We'll see how it goes. Well, everyone's gone. It's later in the day and the girls are out here running around. They love short grass. Here we go. Oh no, here we go. Somebody's gonna get hurt. They're so small. They love the short grass. So this is my new ugly lawn. But there's a purpose to this. And the purpose is when your lawn gets during the summertime, especially the early summertime, when you've got that good weather pattern and you want to drop it down and get it back under control, you can do a hard cut. Remember, Bermuda started off as a weed. It's hard to kill. And one of the things I wanted to stress with this video and the other scalping I've done in the summer is you can abuse your lawn if you take care of it. If you've got lots of humichar, you put down PGF Complete, you can really crack your lawn. You can just knock the crap out of it and it'll come back strong. You have to have that confidence. So you're going to want to make sure you click subscribe because I'll show you the updates little by little. We'll come back here and take a look at this. But again, I want to stress any brown marks are going to recover a little bit slower than the green. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come back now and we're going to cut maybe 1/8 of an inch taller than what we scalped it to. And we're going to keep cutting it and keep cutting it. Once this lawn turns all green, then I'll put growth regulator on it. And we'll get it to try and freeze in place a little bit. But you know it's ugly when my green is better looking than my lawn. So the next step for me is to come back here, and now I'm going to have to adjust my McLean that I come back here and cut this with. Now I use the Greenskeeper model back here, which will cut very, very low. The regular GR series from then, the lowest it'll cut is about 3/4 of an inch. It's the next morning and the girls and I are out here adjusting the reel mower. So we're all done, we're scalped out. One of the nice things about having this short grass is your feet don't get wet from the dew. That's one benefit. So I adjusted this McLean, which is the Greenskeeper model. I adjusted it once. I brought it down to about a 7 penny height. And then I ran it across here. And as I'm going along, now each mower cuts a little bit differently, and it's going to follow the terrain a little bit differently. So I'm getting a little bit of cutting in here, and I'm not really cutting any more of the green away. But I really think since it's still cutting pretty consistently, I need to raise it up maybe about another 1/8 of an inch because I'm pretty low. I'm pretty darn low there. I mean, that's probably 1/4 of an inch, but this is the one we're going to be using back here, and it's pretty simple in the adjustment. This one is just 2 bolts on either side here, and then an adjustment here to raise or lower that roller. So I've already done it once. It needs to come up a little bit, so I'm going to adjust it a little bit more. You can use the penny stack to slide under and test the bed knife, or grab your wrench set and find a wrench set that's about the same. And that wrench slides in there, and then you can test the bed knife height. So I'll adjust it and play with it. Anyways, click subscribe. I'll update. We'll be cutting this, and talk to you later. Dot.